everyone. My name is Leslie, or as many people call me, Mighty May, but you can just call me May. And I thought I'd finally get around to doing one of these YouTube videos. Oh boy, it has been a couple years now that I said I would start doing my YouTube channel regularly. And to be honest, I feel so guilty that I haven't been able to do it, but this past year a lot has happened. 2024 was a rough one for me, health-wise. I am not going to get too much into it here on this channel right now because I had intended for my first video to be about my health journey and why I haven't been posting and how my diagnosis was going and where I was in terms of treatment for that. And I kept on putting off doing like tutorials and other types of art videos because I thought it was really important for that first video to be about why haven't I been around. Unfortunately, I'm not there yet. I'm not ready to do a video about it quite yet. I'm still working with doctors, trying to figure out what the best course of treatment is, and I am just not ready to talk about it. So I'm just going to jump into this one and just go. I don't care what quality this video is because I'm a perfectionist, and if I let that control me, I will never post ever because it's just never going to be good enough. So I'm going to do a base video here. We're going to talk about my 2024 recap for my art and what worked and what didn't work, as well as my goals for 2025. So if you don't know me, I am a fantasy / imaginative realism artist. I generally paint digitally or in oils, although recently I've started to experiment a lot more with colored pencil, and I've really been enjoying that a lot. So I feel like in 2025, and I'm getting ahead of myself here because I was going to do a recap and then do my goals, but in 2025 I'm probably going to be doing a lot more colored pencil work. I really enjoy how much detail you can get with them and that you don't have to wait for it to dry. Oh my god, I love you oils. You're so you're so buttery smooth and easy to blend, but having to wait so long for that piece to be ready for another layer or varnishing and selling is just killing me. So I would really love to get into some mediums that, at least traditional mediums, that are pretty much ready after I'm finished creating them, and I can do inside during the winter time when it's cold outside and I don't have to worry about proper ventilation because my studio has absolutely no ventilation. It's awful. So I have trouble doing oils in here, and so usually I do them out on my front porch. So I thought I'd introduce our little co-host here. This is Prism. She is my baby, my little puppy dog. But I have 3 snakes, and she is my ball python. My other 2 are corn snakes. They are Rune and Illusion, and I love them so much, but she is such a sweetheart. And yeah, I think that she'll probably be joining me for most of the videos because the other 2 are a little wiggly to record with, and she's kind of chill and slow moving, so we'll go with her. But I will end up showing you the other 2 as I do more and more vlogs, so you'll be able to meet them as well. But isn't she so cute? I love her so much. But yeah, let's get to all the art that I created in 2024. So this one is Leafeon, which is one of my realistic Pokemon. I'm doing all of the evolutions. And this one is a small oil painting I did of a unicorn. This is a piece that is part of a series of mushrooms that are combined with different types of creatures, this time a stag. I did this first as a digital mock-up, and then the final was done in oils. This is a repaint of the card back for my upcoming tarot card deck, Ascension. The manufacturer let me know that it's very difficult to align the printed area with the foil, especially when it's so specific around the eyeballs there. So they advised me to do either pure printed or pure foil. So this is just an option just in case we can't get it aligned. I have a pure foil option because you know I need it to be shiny. This is part of the Draco Ava series, which is a series that I'm taking birds and transforming them into different kinds of dragons. So this was the Great Blue Heron Dragon, the Great Heronkin. A large portion of 2024 was dedicated to getting my tarot card deck artwork completely finished. After I finished the artwork, I went in and allowed myself to fix up my 5 least favorite pieces. The reason I did this is because it's taken me 8 years to paint and I've improved over the years. So this is one of the cards that I did a slight repaint to. This is another repaint for the tarot. It is the 6 of Pentacles. And this is a small oil painting that I submitted for an art challenge on Instagram. This is the biggest repaint I did from the tarot. I hated how this card turned out, so I completely redid it from the ground up, concept and everything, and I'm much happier with this result. Yet another repaint. This one was a smaller repaint. I just really didn't like how the face had turned out, and I felt like the color palette was a little too harsh, so we just made that a little nicer. This one was a super fun piece. My niece had to make a stuffed animal for a project at school, and her dog got hold of it and ruined it by slobbering all over one of the eyes and making it bleed. But instead of getting upset about it, my awesome little niece thought it was super dark and creepy looking and liked it a lot better afterwards. I was inspired by her awesome attitude and also like how cool and creepy her character was. So I decided to do a collab with her, and we made this creature, which is named It. This is the final repaint that I did for the deck. This is the Page of Wands. I felt like the perspective and anatomy was super awkward in this one and didn't really make a ton of sense. And I also just warmed up the palette a little bit because it's supposed to be a pretty inviting and optimistic card. This piece is titled Relic, and it is loosely inspired by Fourth Wing, which is a book that I read in 2024 and very much enjoyed. I was really obsessed with trying to do like a stained glass effect on wings at the time, so that doesn't really reflect the character in the book very well, but the rest of the anatomy is. So I really enjoyed doing that piece. This next piece is a continuation of my fungal creatures. This one is titled Fungal Depths, and it's of a sea turtle. I did it in watercolor and colored pencil. You can see on the framed angled version that I used pearlescent paints for this one, which gives it this beautiful shine depending on the angle that you view it at. This is Lemur's Light, and it was an oil painting, 5x7, so fairly small. This next one is an anglerfish, and it was an experimental piece. First of all, I was experimenting with impasto and just leaving these really thick brush strokes and having a lot of really cool texture. Second of all, I tried a new technique where I did a wash in acrylic as my underpainting in super neon green. And then I did the oil painting on top, but I allowed the green to peek through in all of my highlight areas. You just can't get that level of neon brightness in an oil paint. So it was a really good thing to experiment with for something that has a lot of bioluminescence. But it was really difficult to leave those areas empty of oil paint and have it blend in really nicely. So I don't know if I'm going to try this technique again, but it was super fun. This was the first piece of my new upcoming Celtic Zodiac series. I guess I technically started that series in 2024, but this is the only one I did, and it was in December, so I'm kind of counting it as 2025 in terms of my goals for 2025. But this was the stag, which is the sign for those born between December 24th and January 20th. I originally painted this one in oils, but I was getting very frustrated with the technique of leaving the neon paint underneath, which was the same as the anglerfish. So I took it into Photoshop and I fixed it up as best I could. And my second last piece of 2024 was my final addition to the Draco Avis series. This is based on a white-browed tit warbler, and I just love a good chonky dragon. So I was really excited to do this one. I think he turned out super cute. I don't do a ton of cute things, so I'm always excited to be able to do so. And last but not least, here is my study of the white-browed tit warbler for the Draco Avis piece. I did this one in colored pencil using a new technique, which I will be going over in a future video, but I'm super excited about it, and it's why I will be doing a lot more colored pencil in 2025. So stay tuned for that, because I can't wait. So now that we've recapped all the art that I've done in 2024, let's move on to the goals that I have for 2025. One of the biggest goals I have for 2025 is to be more healthy. Now, this means something different for different people, but as I've mentioned, I have been dealing with a chronic illness, and it's very hard to balance being chronically ill and being productive, especially when you're your own boss and motivator. I am very hard on myself. I don't give myself much time off. My business requires me to work long hours, especially during show season. I run a booth at the New York Renaissance Fair, and I probably go 3 months without taking a single day off during that time, just because there's so much to do. I'm working super long hours on the weekends vending at the fair, and then I come home and spend the whole week getting ready for the next weekend, getting stock ready, making new product, counting inventory. It all adds up, and it all ends up making a really, really hectic time. So my health goal for 2025 is to be more lenient on myself. Take things a little bit slower, because if you don't have your health, the business is going to tank regardless. So take it slow. If you have to end up cutting out a project or two, then do it, because in the long run, that's going to be what makes your business more successful. Because if you're not working because you're too sick, because you burnt yourself out, then you're not making anything. I'm going to start working out a little bit, very slowly, because I have chronic inflammation in my entire system. So I'm going to be trying to slowly incorporate a lot more activity in, I do want to make sure that I don't overdo this though, because I don't want to have a flare and revert back to where I was before. Oh, this one is so cute. I love her so much. But I would say probably my most important goal of 2025 is I want to finish the tarot. Now, the tarot is a little overdue, and I have people coming and asking about it all the time, and I feel awful that I have to tell them it's not ready yet. They come every year and they ask about it. It's taken 8 years, so that's been many years that people have been following the project and showing me their love and support of it. And I love hearing when someone's excited about it and they're like, I can't wait. Is it ready yet? I know they're not saying it to be like, hurry up, what's taking you so long? But it's still like in the back of my mind, people are waiting and it's stressing me out. I haven't been able to work on it much this last year, just because of the sickness, but I want to finish it this year. So I'm working with a manufacturer right now. All the artwork is finished. I'm just trying to get everything formatted correctly. There's a lot of work that I have to do, getting all the foil elements properly vectored, and I have to write the book and format the book. So there's a lot to do still, but I'm hoping to have the Kickstarter launched by end of March, early April. Fingers crossed. But it really depends on whether or not the manufacturer gives me a quality product, because I'm getting a hard proof with them and I do have confidence that they are going to make an awesome product. I went with a manufacturer that has made decks that I own, that I love, so I know they have the capability of producing quality. But are they going to be able to print my decks the way I want? That's another thing to be seen. But if they give me a good hard proof, then we're going to go forward. But if they don't, then depending on how off it is, I might end up having to find a new manufacturer. So we'll see. I don't want to make any promises, but that's my goal. So that's my main goal for 2025. If I can get that Kickstarter going, that would be such a huge relief, so much stress off of me, because I have been thinking about it constantly and just really struggling to find the time amidst being sick and doing my regular workload. Another one of my goals is to do a new Zodiac series. I just started it this year. I'm going to be doing a Celtic Zodiac series, and that one I'm going to probably be doing all entirely in colored pencil. I want to say pencil crayon because that's what it's called in Canada, but now I'm living in the US, so it's colored pencil here. I will never get it right. I want to start doing more traditional. Another one of my goals is to just be more positive. I feel like I got really caught up in how badly I felt and the anxiety that you get from a chronic illness can really depress you and then make you worse, because anxiety can have a whole bunch of symptoms on its own. So I want to stop and smell the roses, as they say, and just take the time to enjoy the little things, because I think that that will make a huge difference in just being able to cope with this. Kind of ties back to the first goal that I had about just being more healthy. But yeah, these little guys are definitely part of it. You know, just take time to chill out with my snakes or do some gardening, go take a walk in the outdoors. Not right now though, because it's super cold and disgusting out. But when it gets nicer. YouTube is another one of my major resolutions this year. Like I said, I haven't been posting. I think I've only ever posted 2 videos ever. One on this channel and then one on my second channel that I just made, which is going to be more ASMR based. I love ASMR, and I know not everyone does, so to each their own, but I adore it. So I really was trying to decide what kind of vibe I wanted for my YouTube channel. I watch so many small art businesses and everything looks so cute, put together, perfect. And that's not me. I'm not cute. I'm not put together and I am not perfect. So I was like, well, what am I? I'm not particularly funny. I'm not particularly charismatic. I'm nervous. I have nervous energy, so I can be maybe uncomfortable to watch. I don't know. But I'm like, what do I enjoy? What do I enjoy? And maybe I can incorporate that into my videos. I enjoy listening to people talk about their art businesses, so that's something I'll incorporate. But I also really enjoy ASMR and I want to combine the two. So I'm hoping that as I do more and more traditional artwork, I'll be able to record those. I love the sounds of packing videos. I love the sounds of paper and like a pencil on a paper kind of feel. So I'm gonna have that, which is going to be me talking softly about my day-to-day life and my business and my scale babies. And then this main channel will be more of a vlog kind of style where I'm talking normally, and maybe I'll put some tutorials on here and some time-lapse videos. We'll see. But this is going to be more me talking to the camera, whereas the other one's going to be more of like the sounds of art making. But my resolution is to post 2 to 4 times a month. Hopefully 2 videos on this channel and 2 videos on the other. I do expect to have more ASMR content than normal vlog content, and that's just because my pieces can take 40 hours to do in some cases. So that will be a lot of ASMR content, and I obviously won't record the entire process for ASMR. That would be a very long ASMR video, but I will be doing small portions of it, and I think that it's going to be very nice to, like, you know, relax to and work alongside too. So yeah, let's aim for to start 2 times a month, and then as I become more comfortable with it, let's try to increase that to 4. So if you're interested, please go follow my other channel. It's going to be May SMR. I will share a link down in the description, and I hope to see you there. I'm going to be recording a new piece on Monday. But if you made it this far, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I was super nervous to make this video, so that you made it this far is huge. I will try to make that video about my journey and where I am with the health thing. That'll probably be my next video, so it'll come out near the end of the month, and I'll do it the best I can with it, since I'm not 100% sure exactly what's happening, but it's been a super long process and very complicated. It's not going to have too much about art in it, so if you're not interested in that, then definitely skip that one. But I feel like I do owe an explanation to a whole bunch of people who have been following my art journey and have been wondering what on earth is going on. Where on earth has May been? I stopped streaming 2 years ago, and then I kind of just dropped off the face of the planet. I'm sorry, did I just hit your little face? I'm sorry. Honestly, one of the things that helped me the most when I was dealing with this and didn't know what it was that I was dealing with was listening to other people on their journeys and hearing them be uncertain, how they figured it out. And I don't know, it just normalized it a little bit more for me. And I think that that's important, to be honest and to kind of put yourself out there, because you don't know how many other people are in a similar situation and how much you just talking about it could help them. So that's what we're gonna do. I hope to see you at the next video at May SMR, where I will be doing a colored pencil piece of a little creature for Creatuary. So thank you again so much for watching.